The crew of the ship didn't die in a storm. They didn't starve. They didn't drown. When the drowned queen washed up on the shores of Spectacle Island, there were no survivors left to explain why. At first, it didn't seem like anything was wrong. The crew had survived the wreck, the ship was still intact, and the captain kept order. But then, it started with something small. A voice drifted through the fog, calling out, familiar, trusted. Some said it sounded like crewmates. Others swore it was someone they knew long before the voyage. Names were whispered in the dark. Footsteps echoed where no one was standing. Figures appeared, only for a moment. The fog was thick, unnatural, clinging to the ship and the shore. It carried the voices. It seemed to know things. Things it shouldn't. Secrets, accusations, warnings. They're hiding things from you. You're not safe here. You can't trust them. Crew members began watching each other more closely. Conversations became guarded, and in the end, the paranoia consumed them all. The ship fell into chaos, and what followed became a massacre. Whatever whispered to them is still here, in the fog. The drowned queen sits just off the shoreline of Spectacle Island, but most of what stands here now has been rebuilt. Sections of the ship have been reinforced with scrap. Platforms extend outward, supported by makeshift stilts driven into the seabed. The ship did not run aground by accident. In the final hours before the crash, the helmsman reported hearing voices over the water. At the same time, a series of lights was seen through the fog, positioned low along the shoreline. It's believed the helmsman was not fully in control, that he had entered a trance-like state and continued steering directly toward the island. In the years that followed, the site was repurposed, forming a settlement anchored to the shipwreck itself. This was the ship's rum storage. The shelves are broken, bottles scattered across the floor, evidence of a violent struggle. Here, two of the crew met their end, victims of paranoia and fear. Their skeletal remains frozen in chaos, but the horror did not stop here. The fog of Spectacle Island seeped into every mind aboard the ship. It turned friends into enemies, and slowly, systematically, crew turned on one another. What was meant to be a home became a tomb. This is the fishing area, built off the back of the ship where the crew once worked to sustain themselves. Small stations for clearing and preparing fish, worn by constant use. Wooden planks creak underfoot, barrels and crates scattered as if abandoned mid-task. Hooks, nets, and knives remain where they were left, remainders of labor and routine now frozen in time. The docks themselves extend into the water, a makeshift platform for hauling in the day's catch, but now silent. Once a hub of activity, it now stands as a quiet monument to a life that was abruptly ended. This area housed the crew's bunk, rows of stacked beds, each one marked with the few possessions they managed to keep. Blankets folded or left in disarray, clothing, journals, small tokens tucked into corners. It was supposed to be a place of rest, a place of recovery from the day's labor. But when the fog crept in, and with it came nights that grew longer, shadows that lingered in the corners of the room, whispers that echoed words of betrayals, then paranoia slowly took hold of the crew. 2 crew members were killed in their bunks during the night. Another died on the floor trying to flee but was overtaken before escape was possible. This area serves as a ship's latrine. Supplies are scattered and there are clear signs of neglect. Just outside one of them, a crew member's skeleton lays on the ground with a machete nearby. This section was also used for sleeping. Several crew members remain in their bunks, others on the floor. The position suggests they were killed in their sleep, while others died fighting. On a nearby table, a notebook sits. The entries begin clear enough, but over time they shift. The writing becomes more uneven, focused on voices, shadows, and a growing sense of unease within the crew. They're watching me now, I can feel it. They stop talking when I get close. I heard them last night, whispering my name. They think I don't notice. I see the way they look at me, waiting, deciding. One of them stood over my bunks, just watching, not even moving. They're not the same. Something's wrong with them. If I wait, they'll act first. I know what they're planning. I won't give them the chance. It has to be done while they're sleeping. This area was used for water collection and purification. Rainwater was gathered here along systems adapted to filter ocean water. Together they provide a steady supply of drinkable water. This area was used for storing purified water. Barrels and storage boxes line the walls with tables positioned through the center of the space. Many of the containers are still filled, suggesting the supply itself has not yet been exhausted. 3 crew members lie on the ground with weapons found nearby. Their placement indicates a brief confrontation. A journal rests on one of the tables. It won't stop. The voice is constant now, repeating the same thing over and over. It's telling me they're going to kill me. I tried to ignore it, but it keeps coming back, louder each time. It says this is the only way to make it quiet. It tells me to poison the water. This area was originally part of the ship's control section, later repurposed for ration storage. It holds the crew's remaining supplies, food, water, alcohol, and medical provisions. The layout remains organized, access appears to have been restricted. The room was kept locked with the captain holding the only key. Control over these resources was centralized. This area serves as the ship's galley. Food was prepared in the corners of the room with tables arranged to the center for the crew to gather and eat. The space shows clear signs of disruption. Several crew members lie on the floor. The condition of the room suggests a violent confrontation. The disturbance extends across the entire space. This was a shared area, one of the few places where the crew came together. By this stage, the effects of the fog had already taken hold. Perception, judgment, and trust had all begun to deteriorate. Next is the ship's treasure room. Access was restricted. The door remains locked, with the captain holding the only key. The key was not kept on the ship. It was buried on a nearby island, ensuring no one could retrieve the spoils locked away. Outside the door, several blades have been left behind, knives and machetes scattered near the entrance. There are signs of repeated attempts to gain access, but no one appears to have been successful. This area serves as the crew's entertainment space, a place set aside for leisure, games, drinking, and time away from work. A pool table remains in place alongside board games and a knife-throwing setup using mannequins. Objects remain largely where they were last used, suggesting activity here continued up until the end. By this stage, the effects of the fog had already spread through the crew, and what followed was a massacre. This area serves as the captain's cabin. The space contains higher quality furnishings and stored valuables. Set apart from the rest of the ship, the condition of the room remains largely intact, with items positioned in a way that suggests it was not disturbed in the same manner as other areas. In the center of the room, the ship lookout has been repurposed into a small storage room. Inside, surrounded by candles, is a skull. The captain remains on his bed with his journal on a table nearby. The crew is changing. I can see it in the way they look at me. Conversations stop when I enter the room. There is something up with this place. The fog is unnatural. It carries something with it. I hear it now, even when I'm alone. A voice says she was wronged, left without burial, forgotten. She says the island has not let her rest. She showed me where to find her. She is specific about what must be done. Her remains must be recovered. They must be buried properly. Only then will this end. The crew cannot be trusted with this. They are already too far gone. I will do it myself. This area serves as the ship's navigation and communications room. Maps of the island are laid out here alongside desks and makeshift radio system. The equipment suggests repeated attempts to establish contact. No successful transmission has ever been made. Interference was consistently reported, particularly when the fog was present. Signals do not carry beyond the immediate area. The only recordings of note occur at night. During those periods, the radio would occasionally receive audio, a woman's voice, the voice repeating a lullaby. No source was ever identified, and no response was ever returned.